Roman Reigns may have received a new nickname in WWE. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer, have a nice day. For the anoa'i family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you. As Roman Reigns officially rebrands his on-screen persona to OTC1, Original Tribal Chief 1, his cousin, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, has proposed a more divine moniker for the returning superstar, God Mode. Speaking on a recent edition of his Off the Top podcast, Rikishi discussed the major impact of Reigns' return to WWE programming. He emphasized that the positive crowd reaction is proof of Reigns' value to the business, and that his influence extends beyond just wrestling, making any part-timer criticism irrelevant. And man, Roman brings that vibe no matter how long he's gone or absent, like they like to say, right? Because I'm sure there's other businesses that Roman has just besides wrestling. But you can tell how happy people are. And that's the main thing is entertainment, Rikishi said. But I'll tell you who's really happy. TKO, WWE, and Netflix. Because at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. While WWE has rolled out official OTC1 merchandise to mark this new chapter, Rikishi believes a different name better captures his cousin's status. He also questioned the decision to place Reigns in a tag team match at SummerSlam, where Reigns is scheduled to team with Jey Uso against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Do I think God Mode needs to be in a tag? No, I don't. God Mode stands alone. That's his new name, what I'm gonna call him, God Mode. Because he's good for business, he's the one that makes things happen, Rikishi stated. He's the one that opens up opportunity, not only for the company, but for everybody that's on this roster during this ride of Roman Reigns' time. Man, y'all making money, and y'all should be thanking him. So for God Mode is featured. When God walks through, he don't walk with a posse. He can, it'd be all right, but he don't need it in my book. The SummerSlam match marks Reigns' first televised bout since WrestleMania and stems from a storyline betrayal by his former advisor, Paul Heyman, who now manages Breaker and Reed. WWE legend, late Umaga's son, Zilla Fatu, recently appeared on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. The video clip showed Fatu appreciating Roman Reigns as his tribal chief. The member of the anoa'i family began his professional wrestling career in 2023 in Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, Waira promotion. In a very short time, Fatu has gained significant success and became one of the most famous names on the independent circuit. As of now, he holds 4 titles: the Raw Championship, the 4th Rope Heavyweight Championship, the Hodge Crown Jewel Championship, and the GAW World Tag Team Championship. Recently, a fan shared a video clip on X, formerly known as Twitter, that showed Zilla Fatu rooting for his cousin, Roman Reigns, from the crowd during this week's edition of Raw. The Raw star was seen acknowledging the OTC as his tribal chief. In a conversation with the Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T said that Zilla Fatu was not in a hurry to join WWE. Zilla Fatu? He's gonna be primed for the WWE when he gets there, Booker T said. I just talked to him about WWE and making that move, and one thing about this kid, he's not, in a rush or anything to make it. But trust me, when he makes it, he's going to make the biggest impact that you have seen from any young star to come along in this business perhaps in the last 30 years. Zilla Fatu has proved his potential on the independent circuit by clinching several titles. Many fans believe that he is already prepared for WWE. It will be very interesting to see if Triple H's creative team finds space and pairs him up with his family on the big stage in the future. During a recent edition of his Off the Top podcast, Rikishi discussed Roman Reigns' return to WWE, giving him a new nickname and suggesting he shouldn't be in a tag match at SummerSlam. Reigns is set to team with Jey Uso against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at WWE SummerSlam 2025 next month, on his return being big. So doesn't he always every time Roman comes out? It's nothing new, right? I'm sure everybody was happy to see him come back. I didn't have my phone on since I was out there, and I kind of found out when I made my connecting flight coming through Charlotte. And then, boom. Of course, people were talking about it then, so I had to check it out. And man, Roman brings that vibe no matter how long he's gone or absent, like they like to say, right? Because I'm sure there's other businesses that Roman has just besides wrestling. If you're putting all your business into wrestling, then you're making a mistake, right? I mean, when we say we stand on business, that's exactly it. Wrestling is not our only business. We've got Wrestling Academy business. We've got restaurant business. I mean, there's so much that we do. So when you say that he's gone, or he's part-timer, or blah, 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 say whatever you want, but when you hear that crowd, we all saw it, we all witnessed it. Ain't my first time, and neither is it their first time or the world's first time, but you can tell how happy people are. And that's the main thing, entertainment. People are happy to see one of the fan favorites who has definitely made his mark in the business. But I'll tell you who's really happy. Who's that? TKO, WWE, and Netflix. Because at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. On a potential SummerSlam match, do I think God Mode needs to be in a tag? No, I don't. God Mode stands alone. That's his new name, what I'm gonna call him. God Mode. Because he's good for business. He's the one that makes things happen. He's the one that opens up opportunity, not only for the company, but for everybody that's on this roster during this ride of Roman Reigns' time. Man, y'all making money, and y'all should be thanking him. So for God Mode is featured. When God walks through, he don't walk with the posse. It'd be all right, but he don't need it in my book. The wrestling world just got a massive dose of family drama as Roman Reigns successfully recruited his cousin for what promises to be one of SummerSlam's most anticipated matches. After weeks of tension and Paul Heyman's unexpected betrayal, the OTC has found his tag team partner in JUSO for a blockbuster clash against two of WWE's most dominant rising stars. Following 2 consecutive weeks of intense confrontations on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns decided to take matters into his own hands. The former Universal Champion issued a direct challenge through social media, proposing a tag team encounter that would pit family loyalty against Paul Heyman's newest protégés. The proposed match would see Reigns team with JUSO to face the imposing duo of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Both opponents have been gaining momentum under Heyman's leadership, creating the perfect storm of tension heading into WWE's biggest summer event. With the wrestling community eagerly awaiting an answer, JUSO took to Instagram to deliver his response in typical fashion. The former tag team champion's acceptance was short but powerful, capturing his signature energy perfectly. This confirmation officially locks in one of the most intriguing tag team matches in recent memory. The reunion between the cousins represents more than just a wrestling match. It's a story of family ties and reconciliation that fans have been eagerly anticipating. This SummerSlam encounter marks a major moment in Roman Reigns' 2025 journey. It will be his first in-ring appearance since the main event of WrestleMania 41's opening night, where he came up short against Seth Rollins in a triple threat match that also featured CM Punk. The transition from singles competition back to tag team wrestling highlights Reigns' versatility and his ability to adapt to different match formats. Teaming with JUSO will test new elements of the OTC's skill set while delivering compelling narrative developments. The newly confirmed tag team bout joins an already stacked lineup for WWE's first ever 2-night SummerSlam event. Scheduled for August 2nd and 3rd, the premium live event currently features 10 official matches, with 8 of those being championship contests. The expansion to a 2-night format gives WWE the chance to spotlight more talent and build even more memorable moments. This Reigns and USO partnership fits seamlessly into the event's grandeur, offering both star power and emotional storytelling. As SummerSlam approaches, this tag team showdown symbolizes more than just another match. It's an opportunity for Roman Reigns to remind the world of his dominance, and for JUSO to stand side by side with his cousin once more. With Paul Heyman's new alliance introducing fresh challengers and the cousins' complex past adding emotional depth, the question remains, will this family reunion be strong enough to overcome the relentless force of Breaker and Reed? As per general speculation, the tribal chief was set to enter a feud with Seth Rollins following his return. However, Rollins' injury during a match with LA Knight at the Saturday night main event forced WWE to change plans. Instead, Roman Reigns will now team up with JUSO to face Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at the biggest party of the summer, making it clear he and his youth are ready and eager for the match. The Oracle responded to the challenge and accepted it. He stated that the match was not only official but biblical, highlighting its significance on the card. During this week's Monday Night Raw, Reigns confronted Paul Heyman inside the ring. Things quickly escalated as the OTC couldn't contain his anger and delivered a Superman punch to Breakker. Reed responded by attacking Reigns until Jey Uso rushed in to assist his cousin. The Bloodline brothers fought off their rivals, causing them to retreat. After the show went off air, the live audience saw Jey Uso perform his signature Yeet celebration. The former World Heavyweight Champion then invited Reigns to join in, which he eventually did after a moment of hesitation. WWE superstars. The USO's cousin, Zilla Fatu, was recently spotted on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. The clip showed Fatu acknowledging Roman Reigns as his tribal chief. Zilla Fatu is the son of the late, great Umaga. The anoa'i family member began his professional wrestling career in 2023 with Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, RAW, promotion. In a short span, Fatu has risen as one of the most recognized names on the independent circuit, currently holding 4 titles: the RAW Championship, the 4th Rope Heavyweight Championship, the Hog Crown Jewel Championship, and the GHW World Tag Team Championship. A fan recently uploaded a video on X, formerly Twitter, showing Zilla Fatu supporting his cousin, Roman Reigns, from the crowd during this week's Raw. The RAW star could be seen acknowledging Reigns as his tribal chief. On an episode of the Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T revealed that Zilla Fatu isn't rushing to join WWE. The legend noted that when Fatu eventually signs with the Stamford-based promotion, he could make a significant impact. Zilla Fatu? He's going to be primed for WWE when he gets there, Booker T said. I just talked to him about WWE and making that move, and one thing about this kid is he's not in a hurry. But trust me, when he makes it, he's going to have one of the biggest impacts we've seen from a rising star in the past 30 years. Zilla Fatu has already proven himself on the independent scene by winning several titles, and many believe his WWE debut is only a matter of time. It will be interesting to see if Triple H and the creative team will align him with his family on screen when he signs. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso stood tall to end this week's Monday Night Raw, after taking down Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. However, the 6'0" WWE superstar has now put the original Bloodline duo on notice. Reed and Breaker will team up at the SummerSlam Premium live event to face Reigns and Jey. The match was officially announced after Reigns laid down the challenge in a video released on social media following Raw. On Instagram, Reed made a bold statement on behalf of his group and shared a photo with Heyman and Breaker from this past Monday. Also on Raw, Braun Breaker declared that Roman Reigns was not welcome to join their faction. This came moments after Paul Heyman had extended an invitation to Reigns. Vince Russo wasn't pleased with Breaker's comment. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, he said, "He's trying to recruit Roman, and literally the next second Braun Breaker is saying, 'You don't get it. We don't want you here.' No, Braun. Did you hear what Paul just said? He was trying to recruit him into your group. I'm sitting here as a writer thinking this doesn't make sense." Reigns and Jey Uso will face Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam in what will be Reigns' first match since WrestleMania 41, where he lost to Seth Rollins in a triple threat match, also involving CM Punk. Roman Reigns walked into Raw like a returning hero, soaking up the crowd, thanking fans, and talking legacy. It was the kind of promo that's meant to land big, but not everyone was buying it. Former WWE writer Vince Russo, never one to hold back, criticized the segment during his latest podcast appearance. He called the booking pandering to the marks, accusing WWE of substituting fan service for storytelling. According to Russo, having Reigns express gratitude and emotion wasn't character depth. It was just an attempt to earn easy crowd reactions. Russo's main concern wasn't just with Reigns himself, but with how WWE's creative team continues to rely on familiar formulas. "Is this all they've got?" he asked, pointing out that Reigns used to be the most dominant, untouchable heel in the business. Now, he's thanking the crowd like he's on a farewell tour. The issue runs deeper than one promo. Russo believes this is a sign that WWE might be running low on new ideas, Instead of pushing Reigns into a fresh direction, such as confronting the rising threat of Braun Breaker or redefining his role in the Bloodline saga, they're sticking to safe, familiar territory. Emotional? Yes, but also forgettable. And here's the thing, Russo isn't alone in this take. Some longtime fans have started echoing the same sentiment. They believe Reigns deserves complex, high-stakes storytelling, not just nostalgic mic time and easy applause. Looking ahead to SummerSlam, he is set to team with Jey Uso in a tag match against Breakker and Bronson Reed. It's got potential, but if WWE wants to quiet the critics, they'll need more than a flashy entrance and a few crowd-popping lines. Jey Uso has accepted Roman Reigns' offer to team up with him, and he is set to join forces with the Tribal Chief at SummerSlam 2025. A day after Raw, Reigns asked Jey to join him for a tag team match against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. You gotta do it at the big PLEs. You gotta do it at the SummerSlams, at the Royal Rumbles, at the Manias. That's how I've made my career, Reigns said. If main event Jey Uso, the Yeet Man himself would trust me one last time. I say we take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam with their guy in the corner. You ain't got much time. I'm gonna need some answers, he added. Since Jey has now accepted Reigns' offer, WWE is expected to officially announce the match for the biggest party of the summer. This will be the first premium live event match for the team of Breakker and Bronson Reed. Paul Heyman will accompany them to the ring. Seth Rollins, currently recovering from a knee injury, is unlikely to appear in this match. He may instead attempt to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase during either the World Heavyweight Championship or the undisputed WWE Championship match. Since Reigns will participate in a tag team match, it is expected to take place on night 1 or 2 of SummerSlam, but not as the main event. CM Punk is likely to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship in the night 1 main event, while the undisputed WWE Championship match between John Cena and Cody Rhodes is set to close night 2. This will be Reigns' first SummerSlam match since 2023. He took a break after WrestleMania 41 and returned during the Cody Rhodes vs. Solo